Jai Hind students, how are you? I hope you all are fine at home. Today I am going to start a new chapter of economics, chapter number 2, People as Resource. Before starting this lesson, students, we revise what we did in our previous chapter. And the chapter was the story of village Palampur. This chapter, that is people as a resource, is connected with one topic of the previous chapter, that is human capital. Human capital is superior to all the countries. If other capital are not present in any country, a country can manage. But if human capital is not there, that country can never be developed. People as a resource means that people means human beings of that country and they are the important one for their country. How this people can convert it into a resource? People can become a resource for a country by their health, education, skill and training. By all these things, it become a resource for a country. Suppose there is a country having illiterate population, then what will happen? The people of that country can't do any efforts to make their country developed. Human beings are the important resource for any country. Without them, a country can't be developed. How much a country is developed, that is dependent on the population of a country, or we can say it dependent on the human beings of that country. Population becomes human capital when there is investment made in the form of education, training and medical care. Human capital is a stock of skill and productive knowledge in them. When the existing human resource is further developed by becoming more educated and healthy, we call it human capital formation that adds to the productive power of a country just like physical capital formation. Investment in human capital through education, training, medical care gives a return just like investment in physical capital. This can be seen directly in the form of higher incomes and because of higher productivity of the more educated or the better trained persons. More educated and the healthier people gain through higher incomes. Society gains also in other indirect ways because the advantages of a more educated or a healthier population spread to those also who themselves were not directly educated or given healthcare. Human capital is the superior to other resources like land and physical capital. Human resource can make use of land and capital. Land and capital cannot become useful on its own. That's why human capital is the most important resource for any country. There are many resources available in our country like natural resources and their categories, but without human resource nothing can be possible. They are the most important part of a country. A population of a country becomes a asset for their country or a liability. It totally depends on the human beings of that particular country. Now there are new two terms are there, assets and liability. They are mainly from the commerce field, but here I will tell you the meaning in relation to your chapter. If a population of a country are more educated, healthy, skilled and trained, it become an asset for their country. Now how it become an asset for their country? They become an asset because of their good health, education, skills, and training. They earn for themselves also, for their families also, and for their nation also, because their income will add in the national income of a country. That's why they work for the nation also. And by all these things, a nation become more and more developed. So they all become an asset for their country. Just take the example. Suppose you all are going to school. Your parents invested in your education. In future, you will get a good college, then you will get a good job, then you are able to earn for yourself also, for your families also, and for your nation also. So you all become an asset for your country. So that's why it all depends upon the population of a particular country. Now next term is liability. Liability, like we say that responsibility of a country. If the population of a country is not literate, they are illiterate, they are not educated, health conditions are not good, they are not skilled, of course if means they are not trained also, so they become the liability for their country, means they become burden for their country, and they will not add anything in their country's income. They are not able to earn good income for themselves or for their families. So that's why they become the liability for their country, and that country can't be more developed. So these are the two terms, asset and liability. So a population need not be a liability, they should become an asset for their country, and then the country will become more developed. It can be turned into a productive asset by investment in human capital, uh, by spending resources on education and in health, trainings. So by this, they become a resource for their country. In your book, all these things are explained with the help of two case studies. In your book, two stories are given. One story is of Sakal and another story is of Vilas. The first story is about the Sakal. So there were two friends, and these stories are not the real one, they are the imaginary one. Okay. So there were two friends, that is Vilas and Sakal. They both living in the same village, that is Simapur. Sakal was a 12-year-old. His father, Bhuta Chaudhary, worked in an agriculture field. It means he is a farmer. And Sakal's mother, she worked as a housewife. Sakal helped his mother in domestic works, and he also looked his younger brother Jitu and sister Situ. Sakal was studying in a school village. From there, he completed his higher secondary examination, and his father, who was a farmer, he never think that ki I am a farmer, so my son will also do the same work. He contribute in his studies. So when he completed his secondary examination, his father persuaded him to continue his studies. He took a loan for Sakal's study, because Sakal want to study about the computers. So that's why he was a meritorious student and interested in studies also from the very starting. For this he took a loan, and he became a software engineer, and after some time he got a job in a private firm. Now, because of his good education, he is able to become a software engineer and doing work in a private firm. So now he is earning for himself also, make his family condition more better than before, because now he is able to do work for his family also, and he is working for that farm. So now farm is also getting a profit. So now the income is also added in the national income of a country. So that was the story of Sakal. that Sakal, by his education, by his good health, he got the training also. He became a skillful person also, and then he became a software engineer, and after that he got a good job also because of all these four factors. Which four factors? Good education, health, skills, and training. And he is able to earn for his family, he is able to earn for himself also, and for the country also. So it means he becomes a asset for the country. Next story is of Vilas. Vilas, he also belonged from the same village. He was a 11-year-old boy. Vilas' father Mahesh, he was a fisherman, and his father passed away when he was only 2 years old. His mother Geeta sold fish to earn money to feed the family. Means his mother was also doing the same work what his father do. She bought fish from the landowner's pond and sold it in the nearby mandi. Vilas became a patient of arthritis. His mother not able to afford to take him to the doctor, and he didn't get the good treatment, and because of his poor health condition he was not able to go to school also. And other thing is that he was not interested in study. In that story of Sakal, he was interested in studies, but here Vilas, first thing he was unhealthy, second thing he was not interested in studies also. So what he do on that time, he start helping his mother in cooking, and also looked after his younger brother Mohan. And after some time his mother becomes sick, and there was no one to look after her, so there was no one in the family to support them. So Vilas too was forced to sell fish in the same village. He, like his mother, earned only a mere's income. Means because his mother is not able to earn such a good income for the family, she could earn only rupees 20 to 30 a day by selling fish. So what happened in this story? First thing, that Vilas having that poor health, because he was a patient of arthritis, and because of poor family condition, his mother is not able to take care of him, is not his mother is not able to take him to the good hospital, so his health is not good. Second thing, he was uneducated, so he also continued the same family business what his father and mother has do in their life. So he is not able to do, he is not able to earn good income for their family, and in that case Sakal able to improve the condition of their family also. So in that two case studies we saw Sakal went to school and Vilas did not go. Sakal was physically strong and healthy. Vilas was a patient of arthritis because he was not able to go to the doctor's clinic. Sakal is having degree in computers, and he was doing job also, while Vilas continued with the same work as his mother, and he was not able to earn a good income to support his family. In the case of Sakal, some years of education added the good quality of labor. This enhanced his total productivity, and this enhanced his personality also. So by these two case study, you easily understand the meaning of the term asset and liability. So here, who was asset and who was a liability? That Sakal is was an asset for the country, and Vilas, he was a liability for the country. Investment in human resource by education or medical care can give high rates of return in the future. This investment on people is the same as investment in land and capital. Like the example of Japan. Japan have invested in human resource. They did not have any natural resource. These countries are the developed one of the rich countries. They import the natural resource needed in their country. They have invested on people, especially in the field of education and health. These people have made efficient use of other resources like land and capital and convert them into useful resources and make their country more developed. So it means investment in human capital is the important thing. If their education is good, if their health is good, they are able to do other work also. But if they are not physically fit and they are not educated, so they become the burden for their country, means they become the liability for their country. So people of a nation can be its asset rather than liability. So today we discuss about the people as a resource, that how the people become resource for their country, and that how the people become resource for their country. So we have to always invest in human capital. So now here I'm going to wind up today's lecture. We will meet again in our next video lecture. So on the basis of today's lecture, you have to make notes in your fair notebook. Okay, till that time, take care, stay at home. Thank you.